I fought a war against the monster, and I won. Truly there is no greater man than I. I scoff at the great leaders of old. By Verified Hunter. Don't. It's utterly ridiculous for you to read this. Stop it at once! You won't find anything of value here. No entertainment. No hidden message. Yes, there are none. Even if you look through every possible combination of hidden messages, you won't find anything. It'll be utterly unsatisfying. I am simply writing this to tell you about a scary... No, scary is too benign. An utterly terrifying experience I recently had. It began when my sleep ended. In other words, my suffering. I'd noticed immediately 3 red hand stains on the roof. They ended and started once again on the floor, leading under my bed. I cannot explain the fright I experienced in any other way than horrifying. Sweat ran down my forehead as if it was a river of fright, I tell you. My eyes, oh yes, my dear eyes, fidgeted all over the room, and I started convulsing as if besought by ghosts. Terrible images besieged my mind, showing me gnarly fates, such as my toes being sucked on, my toes being cut off, my toes being eaten, my toes being tickled by a white, outstretched hand coming from under the bed. For 1, 2, 3 hours I stayed on the bed, waiting. Sun Tzu said, patience is the key to war. I forgot the rest. But this is war. I would not give it an opportunity to touch my toes, keeping them well hidden beneath my bum. It would show itself before I did, but my bladder began hurting ever so much, and I realized that I had 2 problems that could be solved with 1. I peed on the floor, and within 2 minutes, the moist, terrible stench filled my room. 4, 5, 10, 20 hours passed. My body ached, and my head was undecided whether to feel full of energy or lacking it. The pee had almost all evaporated, and the stench hurt my nose and eyes. But I know this war. Yes, a war I was set out to win. Yes, you see, my fright had long since disappeared by now. The creature beneath my bed was no longer a stranger, so much as a well-acquainted friend. Keep your enemies close, but your friends closer. Preferably sleeping under your bed, was the saying. It was upon remembering that saying that I realized I'd been the fool. I'd been too silent. I stood up and jumped on my bed, singing a rhythm. Dally, dally, do. Sally, Sally, hoo! I jumped around and around. My legs hurt of exhaustion, but I did not stop. This was war, and I was set to win. Ha ha! And at last, after 25 hours, I won! The toe-killing monster had slowly come out from beneath the bed. Rage filled it like nothing else. I didn't know whether to feel pity for it or to feel joy for myself. Such was war. A game of only losers. Damn your toes, and damn you! For the last 25 hours I have had to listen to your thoughts. At first, they were entertaining, but now I simply feel sorrow for you. I'd eat you, but that fate is alas too kind for you. At least I think it was what it said. But it did so with his eyes. Its mouth didn't move. It was stuck in a frown. It stared at me, walked over to the window, opened it up, and jumped out, leaving me proudly victorious. And such was the story of my terrible frightening. And now, for all the times that I fucked up, or as some people like to call it, the blooper reel. Even if you look through every possible it'll be utterly unsatisfying. I'm sure that I'm reading this incorrectly, but you'd hardly tell the difference because this script is so insane it could be me reading it properly right now, but it's not. Utterly terrifying experience I recently had. It began when my eyes, oh yes, my dear eyes, fidgeted all over the room, and I started convulsing as if I know how to read and speak. I don't demonstrate it all the time, though. Where the fuck was I? My eyes, oh yes, my dear eyes, terrible images besieged. That's how that word's said. Ha ha! I can read. I can narrate. Maybe, as long as I get it edited out. And oh, fuck. Terrible images besieged my mind, showing me fuck. But this was war. I would not give in to reading the script properly. Ha ha! Because I am not bound by scripts. I am bound only by the friction of the environment, by that glorious ozone layer that causes a reverberation when I... Never mind. I'm off on tangents. Picking it up on the next track. It would show itself before I did, but my blubber... Wow, that is not blubber. Awkward. I peed on the floor with 2 minutes. Oh, you didn't have a 2-minute pee after all. I skipped word. That may have been a record. I peed on the floor, and within 2 minutes, the moist, terrible stench filled my room. 5. Oh, not 5. Missing words. But I knew this war. That's not what I was supposed to say. It was upon remembering that saying that I realized I'd been the fool. I'd been too silent. I stood upon... Oh, I didn't or to feel joy for myself. Such was war. A game of only losers. Damn you. And damn you and your toes. Oh, I did that backwards. Dyslexia for the win. I think that it was what it... Oh...